Trying to figure out which side of District 20 actually fits your lifestyle better? Today, we're comparing Rockrimmon and Peregrine in the Northwest area to Wolf Ranch, Cordera, and Sterling Ranch on the east side. Because even though they're all popular Colorado Springs areas, they attract very different buyers for very different reasons. A lot of buyers are moving to Colorado Springs, especially professional families, ending up narrowing their search to these two sides of town. And honestly, on paper, they can look very similar. Strong schools, proximity to Peterson Space Force Base and the Air Force Academy. Family-oriented communities, good resale potential, access to newer homes or mountain lifestyle depending on the side of town. But once you actually start driving these areas and seeing them in person, the differences can become really obvious. And this is where a lot of people get stuck because the best neighborhood really depends on what matters most to your family, your commute, your lifestyle, and honestly, what stage of life you're in. So today, I'm going to break down the Northwest side, specifically Rockrimmon and Peregrine, versus newer East Side communities like Wolf Ranch, Cordera, and Sterling Ranch. We'll cover what each area is best for, the lifestyle differences people don't realize until after they move, the trade-offs nobody talks about, and which type of buyer tends to be happiest in each area long-term. By the end of this video, you should have a much clearer picture of which side of Colorado Springs actually fits your lifestyle best. Let's start with the Northwest side. When people think about the Northwest side of Colorado Springs, they usually picture mature trees, mountain views, established neighborhoods, and quick access to outdoor recreation. And honestly, that's exactly what you get. Rockrimmon and Peregrine feel very different from newer master planned communities. The roads curve more naturally through the terrain. The lots are often larger. The neighborhoods feel quieter and more tucked into nature. And for a lot of dual professional buyers, this side of town feels more relaxed and established. One thing we hear all the time from relocation buyers is, I want to feel like I actually live in Colorado. And usually when someone says that, they naturally gravitate toward the west side because the scenery, terrain, mature landscaping, and the foothills access create more of that traditional Colorado feel people picture before they move here. Now, who is this area best for? Typically buyers who prioritize mountain access, privacy, mature landscaping, larger lots, less cookie cutter neighborhood feel, and people who want Colorado scenery integrated into daily life. You're close to Ute Valley Park, you've got quick access to hiking and biking, you're near Garden of the Gods and the foothills, and even your normal drives often feel more scenic. For buyers who moved here partly for Colorado lifestyle, this side of town tends to deliver that feeling better. Another major advantage is that many of these homes have more architectural variety. You don't necessarily feel like every house was built in the same 3-year window. That matters more than people think, especially for buyers who value character and uniqueness over brand new finishes. Now, the trade-offs. The homes are older, and that means maintenance can become part of the equation. You may deal with older furnaces, older windows, older roofs, steeper driveways, or more expensive exterior upkeep because of the trees and the terrain. Even beautifully maintained homes often require more ongoing attention than newer construction communities on the east side. And this is something buyers sometimes underestimate. The Northwest side gives you atmosphere and location, but the east side often gives you convenience and predictability. Now, let's compare that to Wolf Ranch, Cordera, and Sterling Ranch on the east side of School District 20. This area attracts a completely different type of buyer. These communities are newer, more planned out, and designed around modern family living, wide roads, newer schools, large community centers, parks integrated throughout the neighborhoods, modern floor plans, and generally more consistency in home condition. For a lot of busy professional families, this side of town simply feels easier, especially if both spouses work demanding jobs. The homes often have open layouts, higher ceilings, larger kitchens, more energy efficiency, newer systems, and less immediate maintenance. That's a huge deal for buyers who don't want weekend projects. Many relocation buyers gravitate toward these neighborhoods because the transition feels smoother. Everything feels newer, more predictable, more turnkey, and the amenities are designed around active family lifestyles. If this raises questions about your situation, there's a link in the description where you can get clarity or ask us directly, because this is exactly where a lot of high-income buyers get stuck, trying to decide whether they value lifestyle character or lifestyle convenience more. And there's not a universal right answer. One important thing good buyer agents do is paint a true and honest picture of what's actually attainable based on budget, priorities, and lifestyle goals. Because sometimes buyers arrive thinking they want one thing, and then after driving neighborhoods and seeing homes in person, their priorities completely change. Some people come in convinced they want the mountain feel of the West Side until they realize they'd rather have a newer home with lower maintenance and more modern layouts. Others think they want the newest home possible until they realize they care more about mature trees, privacy, and feeling connected to Colorado scenery. That shift happens all the time, and honestly, that's normal. Now, one major strength of the East Side is long-term functionality for modern family life, especially for families heavily involved in club sports, school activities, structured extracurricular schedules, or daily commuting routines. These neighborhoods were built around modern suburban flow. That means easier parking, easier navigation, newer retail nearby, and generally easier day-to-day logistics. That matters a lot more once life gets busy. And if schools are a major priority, many buyers moving into District 20 specifically target these East Side communities because of the combination of newer housing stock and highly sought after school access. Let's talk trade-offs. The East Side is newer, but because of that, some buyers feel the neighborhoods lack the natural character and scenery of the Northwest Side. You'll generally have fewer mature trees, less elevation changes, more uniform home design, and less of that tucked into the mountains feel. Some buyers absolutely love the cleaner, new aesthetic. Others feel it lacks personality. Again, neither is wrong. It just depends on the buyer. Another thing people underestimate is commute feel, not just commute time. The Northwest Side often feels calmer and more scenic. The East Side often feels more efficient and practical. That sounds subtle, but it changes daily life more than people expect. Now let's talk about who tends to be happiest in each area long term. The buyers who usually love Rockrimmon and Peregrine are buyers who prioritize scenery and outdoor lifestyle, want established neighborhoods, value larger lots and privacy, prefer unique homes over newer builds, and care more about atmosphere than having the newest finishes. The buyers who usually love Wolf Ranch, Cordera, and Sterling Ranch are buyers who want newer homes with less maintenance, need modern layouts and functionality, value community and amenities, prioritize school access and convenience, and want an easier day-to-day family rhythm. And honestly, most buyers already lean one direction emotionally before they realize it logistically. Usually, after touring both sides of town, one side simply feels more like home. Now, here's the important part. There isn't a better side of Colorado Springs. There's only a better fit for your priorities. And this is why comparison videos matter so much, because online research usually makes everything sound equally good. But once you understand the trade-offs, the decision gets a lot easier, especially for dual professional families, balancing career growth, school planning, lifestyle goals, commute needs, and long-term property value. That's where narrowing the options matters more than endlessly searching listings. And one thing we consistently see is this: the buyers who make the best long-term decisions are the ones who get clear on lifestyle first and house second, because you can renovate finishes later. You can't change the entire feel of the area around you. So if you're moving to Colorado Springs or trying to narrow down where you should focus inside District 20, hopefully this gave you a much clearer understanding of how these areas actually compare in real life. If this was helpful, make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss future videos, and check out this next video. It builds on what we just talked about and will help you take the next step.